Hey guys, Morgan's Maintenance. Today's tour review is going to be another flashlight from Wuben. Couple things before we get started. I am marking this paid promotion because they sent this to me for free, but I can say whatever I want to. The other thing is, as I'm filming this actually hasn't been released yet, but if you're watching this, it has been released. So all the kind of pricing information, certain things that I don't really know yet, I will put all those kinds of things in the link in the description, so you might want to go check that out. But this is the Wuben L3. It's a decent size flashlight, 3000 lumens. I'll go over all the features and everything. Definitely the biggest flashlight that I've received from Wuben so far. Here is the X4. I think this is like 3 3/4 inches in length, whereas this Wuben L3 is coming in at 5.5 inches in length. So a little bit bigger flashlight. You can kind of see the hand comparison there. And ultimately, it's a round flashlight. I also haven't tried any of Wuben's that are round. All of mine have been square, which is kind of what I tend to gravitate towards now these days. But the biggest difference between it and really all the rest of them, in my opinion, that I have, is that it's essentially everything you do with this light is back here at the tail switch. There's no slides, there's no options, there's no bunch of bells and whistles, all those kinds of things. And sometimes you just want a flashlight where I push a button, it comes on. I don't have to go through red lights, UV lights, all those certain things. And then sometimes you want a flashlight that has that. So maybe this is the flashlight you're looking for because you just want light and that's 100% it. You want to just push a button, turn it on. That's why this one might be a good fit for you. I believe it's going to come in at 40 bucks. Again, that's subject to change. I'm not real sure, but I'm going to go ahead and go over all the features that it says on the box. I'll show you all the features right here, and then I'll show it to you in use, and then hopefully you can decide if this is the right flashlight for you. Let's start out with what's on the box and what's in the box. Again, it is Wuben L3, 3000 on the max output lumens, 226 max beam distance in meters, and then 18 watt max output power. And that's because you can use this as a power bank. So I think that adds to the value, especially if it comes in at 40 bucks, that you're having a power bank that you can add to your tool bag or whatever, along with the flashlight. Back of the box, there is all the important numbers, the lumens, the battery life, all those kinds of things. If you want to pause, zoom in there, check that out. And then as all the Wubens down here at the bottom, made in China, that's what's on the box. In the box, you're also going to have this lanyard here, along with obviously the flashlight. You can run that through those two holes there, wear it around your wrist to keep you from dropping it. I don't typically use those, but they do provide that. They do give you a USB-C to USB-C charging cable. They don't give you the part you put on the wall, but they give you the charging cable itself, and then they give you a couple extra O-rings. Those are for back here at the battery compartment. If we twist the tailpiece off, you can kind of see that O-ring right there. So that's going to keep the moisture and everything from getting in there around your battery. Is a removable battery, so 4800 milliamp hours, 21700 cells. Very nice that you can replace it, and then also maybe you have an extra one, so you like to carry one so that if you do use it for a power bank and a flashlight, you can always have one kind of charged up if you want to. So nice that it's not an internal battery. It is always nice that it is something that you can change out later. Has a very robust belt clip. I mean, it is super strong, probably the strongest of any of the flashlights I have. Of course, it's obviously probably one of the bigger ones that I have as well. I typically use smaller flashlights, but I will say it is removable. You can kind of see where it kind of snaps around in that groove, but it's very hard to do by hand. So you almost are going to have like I've taken a screwdriver. You can almost see my marks in there. Go up in here and pry that out. So in the field, if you don't have an extra tool with you, it might be hard to get that off. That's kind of a good thing, bad thing. It's nice that it's not going to come off super easy if you're using it as a belt clip, but then it's also, if you want to remove it, if you're somebody who takes it on and off a lot, it's pretty hard. So just take that in consideration. And then the last thing is down here. Let me shut that first. You can see open and close for USB. So to open this, you spin this so many turns, slide it up. That exposes the USB-C, and then that is where you would charge it if you're charging it. And then you can also, I'll take the X4 over here, plug that in, and you can see the charging indicator light come on there, because again, you can use it as a power bank as well. So that's pretty much all the external features other than the light itself. Now I'll go ahead and go through all the modes and all those kinds of things. Again, it's very simple to use. Not a ton of options and things like that. So I think that's where this kind of shines. If you're someone looking for that kind of flashlight, everything you do with it is from back here at the tailpiece with this button right here. You have basically two options. There is a tap which is basically that right there. Like you're just touching it, you can kind of feel it click, or a click where I press all the way down and it clicks on. Right now I'm in that moonlight mode. You can kind of barely see that. If it's on, all I have to do is tap. So there's moonlight, low. Actually, I clicked it. So moonlight, low, medium, and then high. And then at any point, if you want to do turbo, you just press and hold it and it will light up into turbo mode. That is actually a very hot light right there. And basically the turbo mode goes away whenever you let go and it turns the light off. So to turn it back on, I just click it on. It does remember your settings. So right now I'm probably on high. If I click it and turn it off, click it and turn it on, it's still going to be on high. But again, to cycle through after I turn it on, I just press and tap those buttons. But at any time I can also, while it's off, I can just tap and hold it and don't click it all the way. And whatever my setting is, it comes on and off by me pressing and letting go of that button. So if you're someone who likes to kind of go around and just tap your button at the times and when you need a light to where you just release it, again, really nice feature there as well. It does also have SOS and strobe mode. Strobe mode, you press it twice. And then SOS mode, you press it 3 times while it's on. Sometimes it's hard to get that and not get the taps and the clicks right. So there's SOS mode. And that's pretty much it. I mean, you get low, medium, or moonlight, low, medium, high, and then you get turbo mode, and then you get SOS, and you get strobe. That's pretty much all the features, all the settings. But now let me go ahead and show it to you in the dark. So I normally film the flashlights in my garage, but since this is a bigger light, I came outside. This is the lowest setting right here. So this will be moonlight. And then again, if I come in here and tap, there would be, I guess, low mode. You can throw that out there. There's the next setting, medium. And then there is high. And then again, if I press and hold, you'll get into the turbo mode. So that's that 3000 lumens. Now I'll press it 3 times. That's that SOS. Click it 2 times. There's strobe. But there you go, guys. There is the Wuben L3, a really nice flashlight, especially if you're just looking for a flashlight. You only want light and that's it. You don't want anything else. And if you're someone who carries your flashlight in this position right here, you can do every bit of what this flashlight can do right there from your thumb. You don't have to do any other movements whatsoever. I think that's what kind of sets this one apart from sometimes having to go, well, I've got to slide this one to notch 3. I've got to press the button 3 times. To remember all those things, sometimes that's a lot. So sometimes you just want light. Maybe that's what makes this a good fit for you. But let me know down in the comments below what you think about it. As always, I hope this video was helpful. You guys stay safe. Have a blessed day. I'll see you on the next video.